Now, the thing that we all face is what happens when life gets in the way. So the Kashaun that is here, the CEO and founder of her own coaching organization, was not always the case. For me, I was happily married. I had spent 15 years with an organization, and I had checked all the boxes. I was moving up the organizational ladder. I mean, in terms of on paper, black and white, things could not look any better. And then, just like that, I lose my husband. And when I lose my husband, I'm catapulted to sit still, right? It's like it was like, sit down. And I had to look, and I had to say, okay, Kashaun, what's important for you? And I had to do the very thing that I'm presenting to you today. I had to look at what's important. What are my values? More importantly, what am I teaching my children? See, what I've learned throughout this process is before my children ever listen to what it is I have to say, they're going to listen and model what it is that I do. They're going to model who I am. And so when I sat down with the things that were important, I learned I love partnering with people. I've been doing it for 15 years, just kind of giving it away and helping others to realize their talents, to utilize their skill sets, to work on their mindset. And then I looked at, okay, well, I'm good with people, great. But then I had this insatiable hunger for knowledge, to learn. The more I learn about you, the more I engage with you, I feel like there's a partnership happening here where I'm bought into the processes of developing you. And then I asked myself the toughest question of all. How are you living that right now today? How, Kashaun, are you living the things that you love? And I got to this astonishing reality that for 15 years, I was just feeding myself pebbles and morsels of fulfillment. And as I was successful at doing what it is I was doing, I made myself indispensable. I could essentially go anywhere. I just wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't doing the things that mattered to me. And so I began to just write out, to map out, to set goals. Friends, if you aren't setting goals, I suggest that that's the number one thing that you walk away here with today. What are your 1-year goals? What are your 5-year goals? What are your actionable goals that you're doing right now, today, to set you up for success for tomorrow? If you don't understand that, then how can you ever know what it takes to get you to where you want to be? And then you understand that the inevitable happens. So one of the things that I hear most in my practice is, well, you know, I spent 30 years with an organization and they just let me go. Or, you know, I've given everything that I've got to this company and just like that, budget cuts and now that's it. The reality is yes. Yes. Because at the end of it all, they owe you nothing. You owe you everything. You owe you to find out what works for you so you truly create the win-win. And sometimes win-win isn't 50-50. I say my win-win is 75-25. I'm going to take the 75. It's about understanding what matters and what's important. And then you accept responsibility. There are no victims. You understand that you've played a part in your life up until this point. And nobody owes you anything. Life doesn't owe you anything. And it's about you taking charge and deciding what it is that you want to do. You can't do anything about what happened last year. You can't do anything about what may happen tomorrow, but what you absolutely have full control over is what is happening right now in the moment. And how are you utilizing what you have?